We are here at Universal Orlando and we are talking about tips for first timers and things we wish we knew when we were first coming to Universal Orlando. So something that's super important is if you're coming to Universal and you don't have a ticket, you need to buy it here at these ticket booths instead of up front where everyone else is lining up to get scanned into the parks. So if you come in right here and you try to purchase tickets, they're gonna turn you away and there are gonna be a ton of people in line behind you that are super angry because you are holding up the entire line and no one can get in. And if you purchase your tickets ahead of time, you're gonna get a much better deal than if you purchase them at the gates. So definitely check that out and check out all the promotions on the website as well. Another thing you need to make sure you do before you come to the parks is study up on the maps on your app. So download the Universal app on your phone and look at it like pretty often and know where the rides are, know where you want to eat and all that good stuff, because once you get here you can get a paper map and you can kind of explore, but people are lost every single day having to ask for like, where is Hagrid's, and they'll be in the wrong park for it. So make sure you know what's in which park and what you want to do before you come. Another common mistake is rope dropping the front of the park attractions. If you rope drop these, everyone else is also rope dropping these because they see that attraction like Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, and they're like, okay, let's go get on that real quick, get that first ride. But then it piles up and that line is probably as long as it's gonna get right when the park opens. So try to avoid that and maybe hit those up more towards the end of the night. To effectively rope drop, you have to get here earlier than you would think. So about an hour before early park admission is when the best time to rope drop is going to be. Another thing we would say is to buy and activate your freestyle cup early in the morning because we use these all the time and it's such a good way to save money, but I feel like a lot of first timers don't know about that. And you can bring them back into the parks the next day and reactivate them for less. So definitely get a freestyle cup. Also, never buy a water because you can always get free water from a freestyle machine. So bottled water is definitely not worth it. Another tip would be to not get express passes if you don't need them. Buying an express pass on a day that's not super crowded is a very expensive mistake. So make sure that it's actually gonna be crowded when you're going and you're not wasting a ton of money. In general, you can gauge how crowded it's gonna be based on the price of express passes. So if the express passes aren't in the $200 range, you definitely aren't gonna need one for that day. But you might actually pay more if you wait to get tickets and express passes at the park, so also keep that in mind. Our next tip is going to be to make sure you check the times for the restaurants and even the snack carts, because honestly, sometimes we come to the parks and we're like really hungry at like 7 p.m. and everything's already closed. So make sure you know what time things close so that you can plan like your meal times and your snack times accordingly. There's like nothing worse than being over in Islands of Adventure and walking past every single food place and them all being closed. Another beginner mistake might be missing Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley is obviously a huge draw, but you can't have fun here if you don't know where it is. So definitely don't miss it. It is right past King's Cross Station. And there's even Nocturne Alley, which is even easier to miss. If you go right past the Leaky Cauldron, you'll see this little archway that looks like nothing, but it's actually Nocturne Alley where you can go and see Borgin and Burkes and cast some special spells. If you want to be at Diagon Alley when it's pretty much empty, I would wait until the park is like literally officially closed and just be hanging out here, because they won't do like a sweep for a little while, but once it hits like say 8 o'clock like it is right now, people will start like shifting out of the parks and you will be here in like a very open Diagon Alley. So right here at 12 Grimald Place, Creature actually peeks out of the window, which is so fun, but I just feel like I need to let everyone know that it's on a timer and knocking on it actually does literally nothing. So if you come over here and you think that you're gonna knock on this and Creature's gonna pop out, he's not. He's gonna wait until his timer goes off, like right now. Another thing that I see a lot of people miss is the fact that you can mobile order your food. It saves you so much time. So anywhere that it's available to mobile order, I highly suggest mobile ordering. Pretty much anywhere that's quick service in the park, it's not like a stand, you're able to mobile order, and it's just gonna save you so much time and you'll be able to get your food so fast. So if you buy a lanyard, you're gonna need a pouch to put your annual pass, your park ticket, or your hotel key in, but you can actually buy cheaper ones than like the $8 to $15 pouches that you actually see in there. All you have to do is ask someone at the store if they have just the regular ones, and those are like less than $2, or you can bring your own. It's just like, I don't want to pay $8 for a plastic pouch, so that's a really good way to save money and something that people don't realize, so they just spend extra money that they don't have to or want to spend. Another thing to pay attention to when you're planning your trip is whether you need a 1 park ticket or a 2 park ticket. If you get just the 1 park ticket, just know that you're not going to be able to go to both parks, and you won't be able to ride the Hogwarts Express, which is a super cool experience, especially if you're a Harry Potter fan. I feel like every single time I'm trying to get from like King's Cross over to Hogsmeade, there's always someone who doesn't realize that and they don't have a 2 park ticket, and so they are stuck in studios for the day, and they're really bummed that they don't get to ride the Hogwarts Express. So if you want to ride that ride, or if you want to go to both parks in one day, make sure you get that 2 park ticket. Another thing that I would say is to make sure that you really consider staying on site, because of the transportation and the perks that you could get with that. It's really not that much more expensive, especially if you stay at a value resort. So just think about that as well. And just make sure that you pack everything that you need for your trip. I have a video on what I pack for Universal, and I'll link that here for you so that you can watch that next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and have a great trip to Universal.